Shut up and sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Festa 67's workshop, and welcome to kit number 36 of Build the 1967 Mustang Eleanor from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. Yes folks, and what are we going to build today? Well, it's going to be the second part of delivery number 10, which is kit number 36. And we are going to be doing the right rear wheel external rim and tyre. These two bits. You're going to have your DS2 screws and your PSO8 screws, which are just to my left there. And you're going to be putting the tyre on the rim as well today, folks. So you'll want to get your bowl of hot water out at some point, okay? So we'll show you that in a moment. You're going to be joining these two sections together. So if we bring in what we did last time, which is just to my left, if you remember, we did this. Okay, so we'll pop that cap off. We don't need that just yet. And we'll put this at the back. And I've gone ahead and opened up the wheel. Okay, so this week we have also got this section, the die-cast outer rim. And we've also got our tyre. Now we're going to be warming this up in our bowl of water to 75 degrees. So we'll be doing that shortly. And we've also got DS02 screws. And we've also got PS08 screws, okay? So this will tell you where your screws are going to go. So you've got 3 screws going in the outer rim of this piece to join that to the die cast, okay? So have your oil to hand as well. And you'll be warming the tyre up so that you can pop your tyre over the wheel. And keep an eye on the tyre orientation. I'll talk about that when I go to do it. But you can just about make it out in that picture there. Treat your tyre like it's an arrow going in the direction of the wheel travel. And because we're going on this axle, we want the wheel, as it's spinning clockwise, we want them arrows to be rotating forward. That's what we would like, okay? So bear that in mind. I shall go through at the end of the build and I shall get rid of any seams on the tyres with a sanding stick. So I'll do that at the very end of the build. And then we'll be joining that onto the axle just below there, folks. So at the end of this issue, we will have the rear chassis section complete with both rear wheels attached with their centre knockoffs. And that's what we'll end up with at the finish of this issue, folks. So grab all of this from your previous build so that you've got it to hand, okay? So I'm going to put the instructions at the back like I normally do. And then I'll go and get my hot water. And we'll start building this wheel and getting ready to put the tyre on, folks. Right, let's get my tyre. And I'll pop that in my bowl of water, just to let that warm up and make that really soft and malleable whilst we put our screws out. So I'll just quickly open these packets. We only want one of the screws, so we'll have a spare, which is perfectly normal. So let's just grab one of them. Okay, let's grab them both. Do the same with this one. I'll get them all out, I think. There you go. Let's sort them out at the end. Right. So first up, orientate the wheel that you assembled in the last issue, and you want these raised lugs to go in these little rebates on the screws there, okay? So just line that up. Spin it around until they engage, just like that. And that's what you want, okay? We'll then get our screwdriver of screwdrivery goodness. And we'll put a drop of oil on. Just move the knife out of the way because it will roll into shot. There you go. A single drop of oil. And then just drop the screw in. Again, just a couple of turns just so that I can start the screw off, and then hopefully the oil on the end of the thread will work its way along the thread whilst I'm doing the next one. Same process again, just like so. A couple of turns, and then grab the last screw there. By the time I've done this, that tyre should be nice and malleable then. That's what I'm hoping. If it ain't, I'll cry. Right. Now we can go back round now and bring these nice and tight all the way home. There you go. Work your way around. And then bring that one in. Just like that. Cool. That now gives you another substantial wheel. So let's have a look and see just how my tyre's doing. So I'll pop that down. Like that, and we're going on that way round. So we want to just pop that in like so, get it in the groove of the tyre, and then start rolling the tyre across the wheel. That's what we want, folks. And you can just feel it pop just as it goes in. Bing, and there she is. And then I can just go round and roll the bead of the tyre into the rim. That's actually really nice and warm. Yeah, there you go. And then I'll just soak any of the water off as best as I can. And that is that tyre on there. Now the reason you use the water is it does soften the tyre down beautifully. You wouldn't be able to do this without the water. It really would be a job and a half to do. Right. Bring in your chassis from the previous section, and you'll notice now when this wheel goes on, both the tyres go in the same orientation, folks. That's what you want. You want it to go forward like that. Okay, well, there's a little notch just in there. Can you see it? Just in that disc, and you want that to engage in the key slot just in there on the wheel. Okay, so I always set mine at 6 o'clock just to try to get it to drop straight in. Okay, bink, like that. Then you can get your screw, which is the little baby screw that you want, the little PSO2. Whop a bit of oil on there. And then you want to engage that right away into that centre boss, through the wheel onto the rear axle. Okay, let's just try and get that back on the screwdriver because I knocked it off. And then I'll just tilt that so that I can actually see where I'm putting the screw. There you go. And like I say, you can then do it as tight as you want it to be. Now, I don't want my Eleanor rolling off my shelf if I can help it. So I am going to have the wheels slightly stiff, but for the duration of the video, I'll have it so that they move a little bit. But I will tighten it up when it goes on display, because I don't want her rolling off my bench if I can help it. And then that will leave you then just the centre cap to put on, which is magnetic and goes in place. And that's what you're going to end up with, folks, at the end of this issue. You're going to end up with both rear wheels on your Eleanor now. And already you could see that that's pretty much taken up my entire cutting mat. So she's going to be a beast. And then you've got a middle section to go in, and then the front section. So this is about a third of its footprint at the moment. So we'll wrap up there. That's bringing this issue to a close. And then next time we'll be on part number 37. We'll be putting the other wheel arch on over the top there and getting this ready then for its middle section to go in, folks. So as you can see, she is really beginning to take shape. Yeah. So remember, click this link all the way along there. Head over to the Fanhome website and get your very own Eleanor subscription, folks, and you can be joining me building this beautiful 1/8 scale part work. You won't be disappointed, folks. I certainly am not. So until the next video, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. Oh, look at this. Oh.